I'm going to leave this video play out in real time so you can see how quickly I can elongate this 1-inch diameter hole 3/16 of an inch on one side. The steel wall thickness is 1/8 of an inch. So I didn't draw it out very nicely, but this was a round hole that I oblonged, or elongated, I guess is probably the better thing to say. It's now 1 3/16 this way, and 1 1/16, actually a 1-inch hole that way. So I removed all that steel with this carbide cutter, lickety split. If you're a metal worker, you probably already know about carbide burrs for die grinders. But it was only a few years ago that I learned about these wonderful bits. Actually, here's a whole set of them. These are, oops, better hold it up to the camera. Here's a whole set. This set is from Astro. So these are not top of the line bits. That's a company that sells I would say mid-range tools. But you know, for someone like myself, I'm a hobbyist. You know, they're a lot more reasonably priced. So they can get pretty expensive. Now, this is I want to say the brand is Forney. I don't know if I'm saying that properly, but I found some of their bits at a flea market for like $6 a piece, $6.50 I think they were. So you can get more name brand stuff for a better price. The bit that I have in this Dremel, this is pretty sure it's just a no-name. You know, Amazon sells various bits that don't have a brand, you know, they're just kind of like an Amazon brand, if you will. And I don't know if those work. Every carbide bit I've had so far has cut very nicely. I'm sure there are some crap out there, so I am not advocating that you go out and buy anything off of Amazon per se. I'm just saying possibly you could get them at a steel video. Previously, I've tried using, you know, these little drum sanders or these abrasive bits like this in a Dremel to grind something like this. So this is 1/8 inch steel, 1/8 inch wall. That little bit of grinding would have taken many, I would have had to replace this drum many times, and I would still be grinding now. You saw how fast that went. And like I said, if you were a woodworker, you probably didn't even know that these bits existed. So I highly recommend them. You know, don't get something too big. So if you just want to get a couple of bits, you know, obviously a set is nice. A large bit inside of a radius like this, it can grab and just, you know, start wrapping its way around. So that's why I have a smaller bit. So that's a 1/4 inch bit. This is a 1 inch hole. So don't use, there's a rule of thumb out there. I'm not trying to tell you what that is. I didn't look it up. I probably should have, but it did not. It's probably 1/4 inch bit for a 1/2 inch hole, something like that. You still risk getting that grab and it'll just run around the hole. But I just wanted to show you guys out there, and you can use them in a Dremel. You're gonna need an 1/8 inch shank bit. This is a die grinder, electric die grinder. You can get pneumatic die grinders. You can get right angle die grinders. These are expensive tools. You may already have a tool like a RotoZip. So the advantage of using something like a RotoZip is they have a lot more power. This RotoZip is 5.5 amps. This Dremel tool is 1.15. So I could not have done this work here that I just did with this die grinder. So this die grinder has a, it's only a 4.2 amp motor in this die grinder. It's going to be made more for that type of work than a RotoZip, but a RotoZip will do this work here much faster than a Dremel, and it'll probably hold up better. Just got a bunch of metal splinters. Something, this is magnetic, and all these shavings are sticking to it. So you could probably even use a router, a trim router. They're small enough that you can hold on to with 2 hands and grind on some steel. So with a trim router, you're gonna need a 1/4 inch shank bit. On this RotoZip, I have an 1/8 inch shank bit. They have 1/8 inch collets. So again, I hope this is helpful to you guys. If you've never used carbide cutters in a die grinder and you've tried to grind steel, when you use these, you're going to be like, you know, where have you been all my life? Hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you next time.